Let's start. So for the first question, change to a decimal. How do we change a percent to a decimal? Divide by 100. Presume you're not answering just because you don't want your voice heard, so I'll answer myself. So when you're changing a percent to a decimal, you just divide by 100. 2 1/4. Quarter is 25 cents, right? So that's like 2.25%. Divide by 100 and you get 0.0225. And then 11 1/2, that would be like 11.5%, which when you divide by 100 is 0.115. The next part, convert to years. So convert to years, you will divide by the amount of either months or days that there are in a year. So when we are going 9 months into years, we will do 9 divided by 12 because there are 12 months in a year. And when you do 9 divided by 12, what do you get? 0.75. Excellent. So 9 months is equivalent to 0.75 years. 30 months, again, same thing, divide by 12 because there's 12 months in a year. I think this one is 2.5. Okay, thank you. And then 90 days, we will divide by 365 because there's 365 days in a year. And I don't remember the answer to this. So 90 divided by 365, sorry. You'll have to help me out. 0.2465. 24, yeah, okay. 150 divided by 365. You're gonna have to help me again, sorry. 0.4109. If I remember correctly, actually, you could round that a little bit. So you could have 0.4109, which I'm okay with. You can also round it to 0.4110. I think because of the numbers that are after the 9, it can round up to 10, so you could also put 0.4110. I am good with either. So the next part, rearranging the formula. I'm actually going to show you guys a little trick for this. That might seem weird at first, and some of you might have already seen it actually. I think a few teachers show it this way. It might seem a little weird at first, but the more you use it, the easier it gets. So instead of using that I equals PRT and trying to figure out how to rearrange for R, which you can do, I'll do that quickly. If you're rearranging for R, P and T are attached to it, so basically you have to divide by P and T on this side because then it cancels them out and leaves you just with R. And then because you divide it by P and T on this side, you have to do it on this side as well. So it leaves you with R equals I divided by P T. But in my experience, people struggle with formula manipulation. So there's a little trick with this one. You actually draw a triangle. That's a bad triangle, but you draw a triangle. It just goes in order. So I equals PRT. So I goes on top of the triangle. Then you draw a line. And then the P, the R, and the T go at the bottom. So P, R, and T. And basically the way that it works is when you're rearranging this formula, you cover up the letter that you want to rearrange for. So it's going to look a little weird because to cover it up in this case, I'm just going to kind of color over it, which you don't have to do. You could literally put your finger over it if you had it on your page. And then what's left? Well, we have I over PT. So by covering up the letter that I want to rearrange for, everything that's left is the rearranged formula. So it literally gives you R equals I over PT. So that's one way of doing it. That's how we're going to do it. I just find most people find it a little bit easier. If you want to stick to this formula, that's okay. There is no right or wrong way. Both will be accepted.